Yeah. Oh no, wait. Let me just shut the door because I don't know echo business coming through. Back in the building. No, we're not even messing about this evening because but certain people's feelings might get hurt tonight. But bruv, it is what it is. You have to talk the truth. The truth will set you free. Might get you in a bit of trouble as well, but bruv. Here we go. As we say in the now infamous words, dream it, believe it, become it.
Come on down, come on down, come on down, come on down. Yep. My brother from another mother left me to do the thing by myself, last night.
Yeah. Well, we tried
because he was there roaming up and down doing his celebrity thing with his little shiny black face.
We tried to give man all the energy possible, but last night the Gypsy King was given a mighty beatdown.
He was. I mean, let's not tell. You know what? Let's not even try and jazz it up to something that we can't, brother. How can anybody jazz that up? What we saw last night from Tyson Fury, yeah?
Yes.
It was a masterclass, bro.
Absolutely. I want to swear, but I can't say what I really want to say. So I'll just say absolutely. And
yeah, it was a masterclass.
I just read a comment here before we start. It says, what he said didn't let us down, man, was only there for the payday. Now, wait, relax, Spence. Before I get into it, he never let us down. He never let himself down. He got to the biggest stage in boxing. And yes, we agree and we will touch on it. He didn't do what we wanted him to do and what we was expecting him to do. But he never let man down. Because right now, he's safe, financially secure, and he lives to see another day, which is what I ended the last show with prior. I said I pray that both men come out unscathed. They can return to their families and sit down and chop food and drink. And, you know, both men have done that tonight. But we're going to touch on that. So I just had to make that clear. He never let no one down. He done what he said it was his best, and that was it. What we think is a different matter. But we're going to touch on all of that. First and foremost, big up Bobby Wright. Thank you for the 449. First Snapchat of the evening. And he says, big up, brothers. Old time, Bobby B. All right, Spence, let's get into it, mate.
Tunde, I'm just keeping the thing real. When you're going into a battle, that is exactly what you're doing. Now, I've said this on many a time that boxing replicates the universe. You know what I mean? Boxing replicates the struggles of life. Boxing replicates being successful. Boxing replicates being pregnant. Boxing represents planting a seed and fertilizing that seed and seeing that seed grow. This is boxing. So many times when I say boxing is the universe, certain people don't forget it. There's a beauty within boxing that cannot be replicated in anything else. But as it can't be replicated in anything else, it draws similarities to everything else. You cannot fall into a man's trick. When you see Tyson Fury dancing up and kick and all the rest of it.
A warned man, you know. A warned man prior. A warned man prior. Don't get sucked in. This man is a master psychologist. And I wasn't even ringside. I was apron side. My forehead was on the thing. I was so close to the ring. My forehead was, I could just go like that. Touch the ring. And the whole vibes, I'm being honest with you. I didn't feel the vibes. I was there obviously to give my energy all to Dillian because I wanted him to fight. But we got to keep it real. Even on a reality level, on a worldly level and on a spiritual level, we got to keep it real. It was level, Spencer. Tyson Fury is a master boxer. And much like Usyk and AJ, after the first round went, I said, oh my God. He's doing exactly what AJ did. He's trying to think with a thinker. You can't think with a thinker. Having said that, the best round Dillian got in that fight was the first round when he was southpaw. That was his best round, the southpaw. But again, if you look at the adjustments of Tyson Fury, the next round, Tyson come out southpaw. Bro, this guy.
But totally.
Go on.
The thing about it is this. I've seen when he fought Rogan in Ireland, I was ringside for that fight. And Tyson Fury boxed the whole fight southpaw.
Yes.
And I remember after that fight, I said, this brother, he knows what he's doing.
Bro,
I mean, all right, a second. Christopher Annie comes up with a very good point here. You know what I mean? Christopher Annie turns out and he says, look, I don't like the digging out of trainers, but since being with Xavier Miller, Dillian ain't look good. That's easily the worst I've seen Dillian.
Jesus Christ. Man is just telling it how it is. Man is just telling how it is. But you know what? Let's get it right. Dillian didn't lose against a world champion. He lost against a legend. Tyson Fury is a legend in boxing. I don't business or any. Man can hate me what they want. But Tyson Fury is something different, fam. I was there with my eyes. And while we're on this subject, I don't like the music Dillian came out to.
Tunde, listen to you. This morning,
I don't like, fam. I don't like the AC/DC rock thing. And let me tell you something. AC/DC is one of the greatest rock bands ever. But fam, we ain't from, that ain't our culture.
Stop for 1 second, Tunde. Stop for 1 second. Yeah?
Come on.
I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing negative about Dillian Whyte, right? Because
no.
I'm talking.
Wait. Because we're fight stage by stage. I'm the one.
Listen,
from the show start. From the show start, I banned down that man and I said, bruv, don't come with he let no one down. But we're just talking the thing. Right. So let me just get that right.
Right. Listen to this one here. On a personal level, I've known Dillian for a very, very long time, from when he walked into this thing. Dillian's being very supportive of me right now because only a few people know what I'm going through.
Spence.
Right there, Tunde, I'm talking. Don't interrupt me, man.
I don't like that because you're saying that after I said something. So the way it comes across is like I'm not backing, man. I'm just saying.
No, Tunde, I'm not saying it. There you go again. You're reading the thing. It's not there. Tunde, it's not there, brother. So just leave that one there because it's not there. And get me back to no reason.
The way you're saying it.
It's not the way that I'm saying it. It's not the way that I'm saying it. It's the way that you're interpreting it. Your interpretation, right? You're not on a frequency right now. You know what I mean? Calm down, change your channel, get on the right frequency.
No. Bruv, you can't tell me about right frequency. You can't tell me. I'm telling you, the way it comes across, and people would, there were people who agree with me, there were people who disagree with me. That's polarity. But what I'm saying is,
yeah, exactly. Why don't you finish? You're interrupted.
Spence, I don't care. I'm a person. I'm not one of them people who listen to people chatting nonsense and then I just let it ride. Not that you're talking nonsense. I'm saying I don't do that where I sit there. It's the same thing what I'm saying about the fight. At the press conference, the man is letting man tiggle, man. I'm saying, no, brother. Just go in and there's no, wait for you tiggle me, then I reply. No, I'm chopping it down from the start. So all I'm saying is, Spencer, I'm here to listen to you. You're here to listen to me. But I have to cut you straight away and tell you the way I feel, the way Tunde Ajayi feels.
Okay, then. Now let's go back. Stop. Now let's go back. Because you think like what I was saying was a plug at you.
No, listen to what I said. I said, I don't like the way that sounds.
Okay.
So all you need to say to me, all you need to say to me is, Tun, it's not that cool.
Well, listen. No. Because what you do, this is what you do. You interrupt me and you go on. Oh no, I'm not gonna let you talk. I'm not gonna let you talk. You're like them little children in school. No, jet to light. That's how you going on. Let me talk, bro. I'm telling you straight standard.
Yeah, but
no one's not digging out,
I'm letting you talk. I'm letting
you talk.
Right,
thank you very much. No one's listen to me, man. Nobody's not digging out Dillian Whyte. You're not digging out Dillian Whyte. You're just telling it how it is. Yes. Right. The AC/DC business, yeah, what he's coming to. He's always come into that music. I get it. But you see, music, as you know, it vibrates at a frequency that comes into your soul when you hear music. You know what I mean? That's why music controls the emotions. Now, you're going out in front of 94,000 people, right? In the 94,000 people, that music is invoking your enemies' fans. It's not invoking the people that really want to see you win. So Lennox Lewis phoned me this morning and he said, brother, how come he should have come into Cape Town? He should have come to Sweden.
Why Cape Town?
Who? Why Cape Town? Because Cape Town gets you hyped.
No, I'm just saying why.
Yeah, I'm telling you, because Cape Town gets you hyped. And Cape Town is also Jamaican.
Okay.
Right? That's number one. Man just said AC/DC are demonic straight. Right? So I'm saying, regardless about that, I'm saying when it comes to that, or when it comes to that of Dillian Whyte, he should have had more soldiers around him. Because I explained myself on this already. When it comes to a man saying like he looked like he weren't doing good when he weren't doing good since he's been with Xavier Miller. Xavier Miller's always been there. So I'm not jumping on Xavier Miller because every man has to be held accountable to their own decisions. Dillian Whyte chose to be with Xavier Miller. That's who he chose to be with. And then he said, right, then let's get in an older head as well. And they got in Harold Shallow Knight. When they brought in Harold Shallow Knight now, I'm saying this, Harold Shallow Knight, so your number one guy in the corner is Xavier Miller. Your number two is Harold Shallow Knight. But Harold Shallow Knight is better than your number one, but he's playing number two. So when they're giving instructions in there, I'm hearing him get instructions from Xavier Miller, then I'm hearing getting instructions from Harold Shallow Knight, then I'm hearing getting instructions from some other brother, some red man. I don't know who that brother is. Right? So that on these kind of things, yeah, you're only meant to hear one voice in the corner. You're only meant to hear one voice, brother. You're not meant to hear no collective of voices. These are the things. That's what I'm saying. And it's not me taking a pop at no one. Like, the only reason why I'm saying that, because, as you know, Dillian Whyte has been very, very supportive of me right now when I'm going through my dramas, what I'm going through. So for that, but to talk boxing. And if I'm talking boxing, I'm saying this. We want Dillian Whyte to win so vehemently. We want him to win so much because he's our guy. I'm backing him. South London, we're backing him. He's our guy.
Too. But how you just came now was how you should have came in the first place. Because you said it directly after I said something. And Dylan may be watching, thinking, well, I'm coming from a different angle. Bro, now everyone on here knows. Everybody on here, what's this? Everyone on here knows our affiliation to Dylan and how much we wanted to win. I wanted to win. But I just said straight, I don't want that music coming out. I was actually waiting. I was waiting for Dylan to get into the ring.
Is there something wrong with your internet? Because people are saying it's running slow.
Wait there. Let me check. We're having trouble streaming to Facebook. This may be an issue with Facebook's end. Possible. We try to keep it. That's you, Gary, I think. That might be something to do with you. I don't know if Gary's listening. But can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you fine. But
what are you saying? What are you saying is a problem? Sorry, what's the issue?
It's saying it's freezing from both of us.
It's what?
It's freezing from both of us.
Let me check the internet. Doesn't seem to be a problem on my side. I'm good here and I'm good there. So, anyway, while we're still on here, there's so much to talk, and we're gonna touch it. Hold tight to the 199 people on the live now. Interested to hear what me and Spencer have to say. But hold tight, Miss Ringside. She says, Tunde said he ain't into the friend thing, and it proved on the night how they were talking and laughing in the ring. They were supposed to be at war.
I agree. I agree.
Wait. They were supposed to be at war, fam. Miss Ringside said, fam. And I want to know what was the game plan, Spencer.
Well, my thing is, whatever the game plan was, it wasn't administered on the night. I'm just being real. It wasn't administered on the night. Right. You came out of Southpaw. It's like a lot of things, like to play God's advocate, right? Because they know devils around there, right? We rightly don't know what that game plan was. Like I said already, everyone's gunning Xavier Miller now. Everybody's gunning him, right?
I ain't saying nothing yet. I'm
gonna touch on on here everyone said Xavier's dead. Everyone's cussing Xavier Miller. And I'm saying this now. How comes people ain't saving that same energy for Ben Davison? How comes they're not saving that same energy for what's the other guy? The other brother who's out now? What's that guy? Angel Fernandez. How comes people ain't saving that same energy for him?
Well, right? You know what? I'll be honest with you. Old Tight Southwest Boxing Media, thank you for the 449 donation, brother. One of our cool guys. Old Tight Southwest Boxing Media. Yeah. You know what is, Spence? I don't know. I think, sometimes we can be our worst critics. And we're like, when I say I'm talking about culture, I'm talking about the inner city areas. This is a platform where we can talk. And I feel that people feel more comfortable dissing and firing, but they wouldn't go on BT and all them kind of platforms and start cussing, man. But they want to come and
press the button.
Yeah, you understand? So they feel comfortable firing a man down on our thing, but they don't put those comments on IFL TV and them kind of, but they want to come on this thing. But it is where it is in that respect. But that's why I feel why they do it. But yes, the same criticism should be afforded to the Ben Davisons, to the Angel Fernandez. But I feel the difference is Ben Anderson, other than Tyson Fury, he's trained
Davison.
Ben Davison, he's trained Josh Taylor. He's now got these. So he's got people that he can fall back on and say, I'm not just training one person. Remember, he came from Tyson Fury, then he moved down. What will be interesting now is to see where Xavier, what next for him. Because I'll be honest with you, after last night's performance,
the hard road.
For Xavier, but I'm not even talking about Xavier now. After last time, I would prefer to see Dillian call it a day. Because he come from nothing. We all know the story. But bro, he's been knocked out 3 times by 3 uppercuts. Now there's a story there. And so from the training perspective, I don't know why. If something happened once, shame on you. If something happened twice, shame on me. But if it happened 3 times, fam, something's wrong.
And look, we go back. Dillian Whyte.
That's wrong. That's 3 KOs by 3 uppercuts.
No, it's 2 KOs. No, it's 3 KOs. But the fourth one, Tunde. But the fourth one was a Tunde. The fourth, you just glitched there. The fourth one, people seem to forget. Rebus dropped him with an uppercut.
But yeah,
do you remember that?
KO. That's true. That's another fact.
Yeah. Rebus dropped him with an uppercut as well. So that shows you, not even if you're not getting knocked out, but you're susceptible to uppercuts.
Yeah, but hold on. But as a coach, I'm being honest with you, me as a coach, if I'm taking on a job, because, you know, listen, sometimes, and not to say that my man is that, but, you know, you have to question what a man's actually taking up the role for. Is it money, or is it the fact that you're going to do a good job? Because I know there's a lot of jobs that trainers like Eddie Reneso and these are new trainers, but going back, Emmanuel Stewart and other trainers, even Roger Mayweather. I've been in the gym with him and he's told me he turned down enough jobs. Because if you're going to take on a job after a man has already been defeated in a manner, remember, on a lower level, Tony Salem got knocked out live on Sky Sports. I trained him. After when everyone turned his back on him, I said, come. I trained him. His very next fight, he was a Southern Area champion. He's very, I cleaned that, I ironed out the thing.
And also, Mark Tibbs' first job working in a corner, may I add?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But we all know what happened with Tony Salem after he won the area belt. He said, "I'm going to take this to Nigeria and sell it, and I don't want Dean Pally in the corner no more." I said, "Move for me, man. Get out of here." That's what I'm trying to say. You help, man. A man tried duck out because they thought things are better for them. But anyway, that is what it is. We're talking about Dillian tonight. And I'm saying, I just feel that if it's something that subconsciously in his mind, that's, you know, he's aware of it and he's scared of that particular, then that's a danger. Because any top class fighter is going to attempt to throw the uppercut. I mean, to the point where Mark Tibbs on the fight breakdown said the jab, right uppercut. He said it.
I know, but Tom, I hear that. But where was that coming from with Mark Tibbs?
Hey, well, this is what I was saying. This is what I'm saying. I don't know.
That's what I remember, because I remember when we watched it and you phoned me and said, right, you see this little devil, right? So I was saying to you, right? Because at the end of the day, let's just call it as it is. When you're a trainer, you earn when the fighters earn. If you ain't got another job, you earn when the fighters earn. Now, check this one out. You know, when you in the game and all the rest of it, enough man be hating on Baba Tunde Ajayi because they're saying, well, you know, Spencer Farrell tweet that he's getting, that Eddie Yard's getting how much million for this fight, and then man sit down and try to calculate. Right, if Tunde's his manager and trainer, how much does the trainer get? How much does the manager get? Bloody hell.
Spence, I beg you, leave me and
right, I beg you, please. But for any fighter, anyone, when you come in the thing and you're working with a man, people sit down and think, how much are you getting there? So when men are talking like these things, they're not talking like, it's not coming from a good place. In matter of fact, I know for a fact that Tyson, because Tyson Fury watches everything on boxing. I guarantee you Tyson Fury watching this. If you don't watch it live, you don't watch it. He watches everything on boxing.
Yes, sir.
Right? This is how it is. So you're going to hear that. You're going to think, okay. All right, then. Jab, right, uppercut, yeah? All right. And he mixed that in his repertoire. Because you don't really see Tyson Fury. Thank you very much, Ben Israel. Come on, Israel. You know how it goes. You don't really see a man, Tyson Fury, I've watched many of his fights, that he throws the jab, then the uppercut. And if you watch it prior, I was just watching the fight again, he was waiting to find out, looking for that opening to go throw that shot. You know what I mean? He was looking hard for that time. And he found it. And he clapped him out with it. Now, I'm saying the study to know how. You know what,
Spence? We gotta say these Snapchats because they come off and then the people start complaining that their Snapchats got read. First off, old tight Monty. Let me get that up on the wider screen because people Snapchat. There people message that we never read their Snapchat. That's why I like to interrupt and call the Snapchat. But I'm trying to. I don't want to push my face up on the screen because it's in a little bit. But it says, Monty Sin says, hello, my brothers. I'm going to be honest. There was no game plan. Overhand right was missing. No double jab to get inside. Third time he has been caught with the uppercut. Trainer has to take some flack. It was a long camp to prepare. Before we go back to that, let me read out the other Snapchats that I saw. Because I saw a couple. Where are they? Where are they? But people's just comment on this thing, you know. It's very serious today. Ota Al Kuya for the £2. Much appreciated, brother. All respect to you for that. No matter how big, how small, it's all money out your pocket. And as I said, let me put him up. Southwest Boxing Media, because we have to put man's donation up on the thing. Thank you for that, sir. And also, we have a donation from Boogie Unboxing. He says, Dylan should have come out to Natural Mystic or Crazy Barlets. And we, oh no, wait. Dylan should have come out to Natural Mystic or Crazy Barlets. And where do you rank Fury in the heavyweight history? I personally have Joe Louis as #1. And I think that's the last one. So hold on, I'm just making sure there's nobody's putting a oh yep, is another one. Old tight Ari Gold Boissy. He said he can't throw the overrun right properly anymore. That's interesting. All right, so we got a few questions to catch up on there, Spence. The first one from Monty Singh. And he was saying that, you know, it's the third time Dylan's been caught with the uppercut. The trainer has to take some flack. What was the point of having a long camp if, you know, what are you preparing for? And this is the point I made. I said, bro, this is obviously going to be a shot that they're preparing for. You know, the uppercut. And as the fight goes on, you become more susceptible because mentally you're getting drained round by round, just like with Usyk. You're getting drained mentally because these guys are master thinkers. And as I say, Fury and Dylan came out southpaw the first round, and you know you could tell Tyson Fury had to make adjustments. He came out in the second and he turned southpaw. So I think that kind of mashed up Dylan. But as the fight went on, I personally feel that the roadman science that was spoken about, the maximum violence that was spoken about, it weren't there, Spence. I personally know why it wasn't there. I want to hear your opinion. The Fight is Right want to hear your opinion.
My opinion why it wasn't there. I think it's talking about so much. It's the Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte show. This is everything. My thing is this. I believe that Dillian Whyte should have played the whole build-up as he started. Right? That's how he should have done. He should have done the same thing. He should have done it like, be like a no-show. Or when he's there, don't say nothing. Don't talk. But as soon as you were showing like this courtesy and this bridgingship to Tyson Fury.
I told you.
That's when Tyson Fury started, and also that big doofus.
Who are you talking about?
That Roger Ramjet looking brother, right?
Ramjet. Remember Roger Ramjet? Old tight named Braz Osman went from potential Hagler Hearns or Ali Fraser. But what exactly was the fight, guys? Was it Ali versus Liston 1? Give us exact history reflection.
Right. If I was to go exact history reflection, maybe Ali Cleveland Williams, I think that was November 66 or 67. Maybe that where we say, right, that was a masterclass, because still you say, I ain't gonna lie to you, Tyson Fury's bad. And it could have been like that because after the first round, and the first round I gave comprehensively to Dillian Whyte. He threw some hard body shots in there, and Tunde was on the canvas. All now on the canvas, they got sweat, Tunde sweat on it, right? He was that close. The body shots that Dillian, from what I was listening, they were hard, hurtful punches.
Every time Dillian landed a body shot, I was saying, yes, Dillian, that hurt him. And my man was next to me. What's Zach Parker's manager's name? Oh, I forgot his name. And he obviously manages David and VC and everything. And then man was looking at me, and Anthony was like, calm down, Tunde, calm down. Because I wanted I wanted more work, Spence. You know, and I know that I read something.
That was Ali's best performance. When we look at it, this is going to go down as one of Tyson Furys' best performances, you know?
I'm telling you, and
it's going to go down as one of his best performances. Because the way he was popping those shots, and it's only now when I watch it back properly, because when you're doing a fight along, you watch it, but you don't really get to watch it. So I watched it this morning, and the hardness of the jabs that he was throwing as well, it never looked like nothing when I was watching it, but it was serious.
Hold on, Courtney done. Courtney.
Country.
Sorry. I can mess that up. Is it? I told you about my eyes today. They're playing up. But anyway, he says, brothers, I can't agree on the music thing. And Country, I'm telling you, the music is imperative in a ring workout. The music is imperative. This is why Ricky Hatton played Blue Moon. Because it connects to the people. Now, culturally, you want to hear the Mexican man them. When Mexicans come out to fight, they ain't playing Bob Marley. Mexicans ain't playing Bob Marley. The thing what upset me is I was bopping more to Tyson Fury's ring entrance than I was to Dillian's.
Yeah, but check this one out again. I'm going to break this one down quite simply. Remember 2 years ago, Tyson Fury was playing Juicy in his kitchen with his son, yeah? Playing the Juicy tune, Biggie Smalls. Classic album as well, from Ready to Die, right? And he went, and if you don't know, now you know. And he said the N-word, right? And there was uproar over it, saying, oh, well, him being European, he shouldn't have turned around and used the N-word, and you get this part, right? All right, cool, right? But what did he come out to? He come out to that, then he mixed the tune as well. He mixed the Juicy tune.
Bro, let me tell you how smart Tyson Fury is.
He's very clever.
He came out to every cultural music on that ring walk. And he also connected to the Americans. Because he played that, the American pie. And then, bro, Englishman was chatting. And then you had the national anthem to top it off of the UK. And then he played Biggie Smalls. If you don't know, now you know. Bruv, he's saying it was all a dream. Fam, because I was so close to the ring and so close to Dillian, it's like, you know when you're like, you don't really want to buck me. You don't really want to buck out and start doing a bogle because you're there to support your guy. But I'm like, nah. Anyway, and also on Tyson Fury's thing, please, can somebody explain to me? Kurt, you know what I'm talking about. Can somebody explain to me why this old man Sugar Hill is in a press conference with no top on?
Brother, Tunde, it was Tunde, I think he's trying to get a deal with OnlyFans.
Fam, this brother, he must have, if he ain't got kids, he's got family. He's got cousins.
I'm going to tell you the next thing, yeah? In this day and age, I don't trust no grown-ass man who's in their 40s calling themselves Sugar. I don't trust you.
Wait. It's somewhere. Oh, wait, before we go back to that, the Sugar Hill thing, or the, I don't know what my man's doing, some blue movie, some you porn behavior. wait. Old tight Southwest Boxing. He said, there's no way Dillian listens to AC/DC. Hey! Shinike.
Press the button. Press the button for Southwest Boxing Media.
Southwest Boxing. He said, there is no way Dillian listens to AC/DC in the gym. Surely, if Whyte had Fury's management team, they'd have changed it from AC/DC to music is everything country done. You can't say you disagree on the music because these and let me tell you something. Southwest Boxing is a young guy. He knows the thing. Music is important.
It's important. It's important.
Ota Alexander Wilson. He said when Juicy by Christopher Wallace, aka Notorious B.I.G., son of the Jamaican parents. Come on, I was like, the fight done. Fam, I'm not even gonna tell you there was a dignitary right next to me. I'm not calling no man's name because I really am only gonna call a man's name if I don't know them. But there's dignitaries that was right next to me that when they heard the tune, they was like, bro, I don't even know what to do now. It's that man made me not want to support them. And I'm telling you, Dillian had a lot of support in there. And I feel remember, everything is energy. If you don't know that by now, you need to know it. Everything is energy. And Tyson Fury connected even with Dillian's fans last night.
Of course he did.
Even with Dillian's fans. Because you can't hate.
Listen. Dillian's fans who are from the road don't respect no AC/DC.
Bruv, you can't hate. You can't hate on Tyson Fury. You cannot hate on the guy. The guy, he's a boxing god. I'm just keeping it real. He's so intelligent in the ring. And he's so intelligent outside of the ring. Because let me tell you something. Man said Tunde knows all the websites. Come on, bro. You know the websites. Anyway, he's so intelligent inside the ring, outside the ring. All the smiling, skinning, and grinning, when he stepped over those ropes, and you saw it on my Insta story, he were a no joke thing, Spence. He was so locked in for war. I'm like, this guy knows what he's doing. This guy knows what he's doing. And I feel that the only way, I don't know what Dillian had a good corner in the sense of Harold Knight was there, very experienced. I had dinner with him. I had dinner with Dillian and Xavier and the team prior to the event. I think me and Dillian, Xavier, Harold Knight all had dinner around 6 o'clock before. Dillian wasn't there, but the team was there. And Harold Knight is he said he watches the show all the time.
Of course
we got a few pictures together. And we can't really say there was a lack of experience in the corner, but Harold was drafted in. He hasn't been with Dillian a long time. And one thing I noticed with Tyson Fury's corner is that he had man like Andy Lee in the corner.
All right.
Andy Lee and obviously Sugar Hill. And remember, they just come in. They've known Tyson has been around Emmanuel Stewart and Sugar Hill. He had people that he's built a relationship with. And all these things are factors in a fight. There was someone that was in Dillian's corner that I've never actually seen him. But I turned and he was shouting behind Dillian. I haven't heard the commentary yet, so I can't really talk on what was being said. But it looked like my friend messaged me, WhatsApp me from Ghana. He said, "Why is so much man talking in the corner?" I don't know. What was your take on the corner, Spence?
You know what? Like I said, me going back and watching the fight again. it looked disorganized.
Mm.
Well, it looked disorganized, but that's also because in all of Lennox Lewis's glory, Harold the Shadow Knight ain't been in front of 94,000 people.
Again, that was massive, massive.
Right? And also, you haven't been in 94,000 people, and when you're looking around, you can't see no one that you can really culturally identify with. Because I watched the ringside. I looked around the ringside. I think you and Annie Yard were the closest to ringside. And Rio Ferdinand and Daniel Kalulu were sat behind you lot.
Yes.
Right? So...
And the guys from TalkSport was behind us as well. You know, yeah, he came up to Ant and said he was... No, you know the ginger, you know the famous guys, and the guys who done the
interview. Oh yeah.
Warren right. And all of that, and Dylan
right.
and
so right. So that means something. If I was Dillian Whyte, even though they weren't given tickets, yeah, I would have taken 200 grand out of my own pocket.
Come on,
and I would have bought out enough ringside and give it to my mans them from the hood.
Yes, right? Yes.
So, because you know how it goes. When you're hearing voices, Tunde, sometimes you only need to hear 3 or 4 voices that you know to shout out the thing for you. And
listen, I was shouting so loud, you know. Anthony had to tell me to stop. He said, "Unks, relax, relax." I was shouting so loud, bro. I was like, "That's it, Dills. More." You understand? And that is a fight. Dylan needed to hear that in the corner. I don't know what they were saying in the corner, but suffice to say,
I heard some when I watched it back. Right, everyone's saying I'm talking facts. You know I'm talking facts. That's what I would have done. You know what I mean? You know why I would have done that? Because that's what Floyd Mayweather does. You know what I mean? That's what Lennox Lewis used to do that. So yeah, I want my man's them there. I don't business that's coming out of my pocket. I want my man's them there. That's why you see certain man who get big. Thank you very much, Matty. You're absolutely, you meant to say right, Spencer, but he says work, Spencer, but it's true. But I'm saying like, that is what you're meant to have. You're meant to have that because how it goes is this, compliments gives confidence. So when you're in a fight, a man's saying, good jab, rude boy. You could even have thrown like a little jab and you just slightly touched the man. My man saying, good jab.
If you see I was talking, Spence, you would have said, yeah.
Yeah, but I know you. You don't, you know what I mean? I've been fights with you, so I know, right? So when you've got that there, that helps build it up because remember this part here. People seem to forget November 2015 when Tyson Fury beat Klitschko. He thought I've arrived now, yeah? And then the whole nation split, big up for the Sugar Ray. Thank you very much for the £10 that you've donated. After this victory by Tyson, gentlemen, do you agree Tyson will come back and be tempted to fight the winner between Joshua and Usyk? Do you agree that Tyson is head and shoulders above the rest? Tunde can answer that one.
In my opinion, absolutely. Absolutely. And if to me, there ain't nobody that can test Tyson Fury right now. Nobody could test that brother. Because he's just like levels above everybody, Spence. Here you have a 6'9" man that can box like a lightweight, move on his feet like a lightweight. And people were saying Dylan was the puncher going into the fight. But if you actually study the stats, Tyson Fury had a higher knockout percentage than Dylan going into the fight. This brother has got a chin. He has got the dog, which is what I was saying the day before but he didn't need to show no dog because his boxing acumen was at a level that Dylan really couldn't do nothing because he wasn't missing by a whisker. He was missing by miles.
Brother, how can you didn't throw an overhand right? He didn't look at the lights above the ring.
Bruv. But I'll be honest with you. When Dillian was knocking him on the back of his head, I was saying, yes, man, more of that. Because that's what he needed. Let the referee... So, you know, listen, again, none of us can say that Dillian didn't try. It's just that I think there should never have been a plan to box Tyson Fury. Never. Never been a plan to box Tyson Fury. It had to be get in there, head in his chest, hands up high. His hand should have been like this and just moving. Batman up and just let it go. The few times he hurt, and there wasn't punch in combination. It was always one. And that was upsetting me.
Certainly, it upset me this morning when I rewatched the fight because I believe that Dillian Whyte should have let his hands go on the inside. But like I said, I've never ever been in that environment, but I've been in that ring with a giant of a man who, and then when I was saying the other day that the dog inside Dillian should have come out and just roadman sign this thing.
Yeah, but again, this is what me and Ant was talking about yesterday. I'm telling you, as much as we say this, and me personally, you know, I termed that phrase, roadman science. When you actually get in there, if you make the mistake of trying to outthink a thinker,
you're done.
You literally have to say, you know what? Whatever I've learned previously, that done. I'm just going back to the days when I didn't even know about boxing. Yeah, that's what this fight, and I said it. It's not that I'm saying it now. I said it. I said it with AJ. That's what this fight took. And it just wasn't so. Again, the aura, the occasion, the capacity, the fans, all of that was against Dillian. All of that was even the pre-fight not turning up. There was a lot of negative energy that was placed on Dillian.
That doesn't matter. Dillian should have rolled with that.
No. Let me tell you something. It matters if you haven't got a force field in you or around you enough to deal with that. It matters. That's why some people can be overpowered by others. Evil, wicked people can overpower others. You ain't strong. You ain't strong. It means something. And things like music matter. They give an energy, a positive energy, which, listen, maybe all of these things, even if Dillian had done them, would not have made a difference to the outcome of the fight. Because as I said a while ago, you ain't dealing with a world champion, you're dealing with a legend. Tyson Fury has the stature, I'm going to say this 2 times. Tyson Fury has the stature of Goliath and the brain of David. I'm going to say it again. Tyson Fury has the stature of Goliath and the brain of David. That's why it's not easy to do roadman science on him, fam. Because this brother's serious. Mentally, I could see him with my own eyes, second by second, thinking, Spencer. He was thinking. And that's what makes this man head and shoulders above every heavyweight.
How do you think Anthony Joshua will do against him?
Of this era.
How do you think Anthony Joshua will do against him?
Anthony Joshua has the physical prowess to defeat Tyson Fury. But there is also a thing where is he going to just is he going to be brave enough to throw the kitchen sink at him? He's as big as Tyson. He punches just as hard, if not as harder than Tyson.
Now, Tyson Fury is taller than Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, but I'm saying there's not much difference. There's not much difference. It's not much difference. But I'm saying that I believe Anthony Joshua really can have the thing that can deal with Tyson. but he's just got to put it on the line. And this is what has been the problem. The person who we all said had the least boxing ability had been the most effective against Tyson Fury, and that's Deontay Wilder. Because Deontay Wilder went in there with roadman science. Tell me I'm lying. All you people online, tell me I'm lying that Deontay Wilder has not been the most effective against Tyson Fury with no boxing ability. Come on. With zero boxing ability. Tell me if I'm wrong. You know I'm not wrong.
You're not wrong.
You know I'm not wrong.
You're not wrong, but Tunde.
That's what I'm trying to say. So all you there hiring man to technically break down, or when he jabs, you slip, you throw the right. No, brother. Just go in there. Just go in there and just brock up a man like Mike Tyson. That's what you got bite man's ear if you have to. Bro, I'm not promoting biting man's ear, but I'm just saying from a factual standpoint, this is not me, madman, just talking. I'm talking from a factual standpoint. The individual that has been most successful against the Gypsy King is the man that has had the least boxing IQ, but the more dog in him. The more dog in him, Spence. Roadman science. So
do you think when man comes to fight Tyson Fury, yeah?
Yes.
Because you lot may think I'm crazy, but I think Usyk would give Tyson Fury trouble.
No, sir.
No, I'm telling you now.
No, sir.
What do you mean? I'm going by my opinion. I think Usyk will give him trouble.
Let me tell you something. That's easy money for Tyson Fury.
All right.
Easy money. Let me tell you something. Derek Chisora beat Usyk. Go watch the fight.
He never. He gave him a run. He didn't beat him. He gave him a run.
Derek Chisora beat Alexander Usyk.
Derek Chisora never beat nothing. Derek Chisora beat. Spence? He beat Joseph Parker the first fight. He didn't beat. He didn't beat.
Spence?
He did not beat Usyk. Tunde.
You're gonna watch that fight tomorrow.
I've watched it many times over. I would really like to have an argument to say that, yeah, Derek Chisora won that fight. But, you know, it's opinions. And everybody has them. But I'm saying from my learned position, I don't think that Derek Chisora won that fight. But I think that he gave him an incredible run and he lost a close fight. Close fights are close fights. Close fights are not robberies. Right? But I'm saying this now. I believe that Usyk would give Tyson Fury. I'm not saying he beat Tyson Fury, but I believe that he would give Tyson Fury trouble because I saw just by seeing what you know, you're gonna see a little glimpse of something, and I'm saying, right, that's kind of a writing on the wall for me knowing what would happen.
Nah. That don't run. That what you're saying that don't work with Tyson Fury.
Why
you know when you say I saw something, you never saw nothing.
Tunde, I've seen loads of things in Tyson Fury, but I have said way before everyone's on this Tyson Fury gas thing, I was the one saying this guy's a special talent. You know what I mean? When I was saying this from a long time. He's a special talent because the man was born to boxing, bro. That's the difference. We're seeing all of these men come into the game very late, so they've got years of catching up.
So then why would you? Okay, so then why would you, if you've got years of catching up, this is what I'm trying to say. If you've got years of catching up and boxing, pure boxing is what you've never done, why would you try to box with a pure boxer?
The reason being why they try to box with a pure boxer is because they're trying to please other people and not themselves.
Oh, well, there you go then. There you go.
That's what they're trying to do. You know what I mean? Because a man was telling me all week, maximum violence, maximum violence. When I get in there, maximum violence. And we wanted him so badly to win that we're saying, yes, maximum violence, and name off his face. And then when we come fight time, we saw maximum pacifism.
No, I saw non-violence.
Yeah, it's some pacifism, people. Listen, EU, yeah, everyone's just killing Xavier there. You know? Everyone's just gunning boy Xavier.
To be honest with you, with Xavier, he done good. Again, I always look at the good at everything, and the good is that for himself, nobody could take that moment away from him. Now, we know that it wasn't a successful moment, but nobody could take that away from it. I always look at the fact that it's easy for us to give our opinions, but when all said is done, maximum pacifism. Yeah, when all said and done, these men got up here. The thing is that if you're gonna talk the talk, walk the walk.
Come on.
That's my thing. If you're gonna talk the talk, and
come on.
I heard this maximum violence, you know me, I'm gonna swing thing, and I never saw it. I saw it in glimpses, but again, why I always have a little bit of caution about what I'm saying is because I know about the cerebral disturbance in a man. It's like a child knows, don't ramp with his dad, because my dad's strong. He's saying my dad's stronger than me right now. But guess what? When that child becomes a man, it's different things. But at that moment in time, you know, it's just a vibe. John Fury said it. The mentality is everything. And this is why I'm saying that. And you know me, I've said this for my whole training system is based on the mentality. But I said it to you, Spence. The fight was over from the press conference.
You did? You did? Because you phoned me.
He got in his head.
And you said, Spence, I don't like this dancing thing. And the thing about it is this, where I was, because I went to the press conference with my son, where I was in the box piece with Lennox Lewis, Carl Frampton, and David Hayes. So I never really got to see that. Because I'm looking at them, and I never really got to see it. When I went home and I saw it, and Tyson Fury alluded to it today when he was being interviewed by it. He said, the press conference, everyone thought he was going to kick off, and there was no kicking off. And you know why? Because I know the man them at Gold Star were
Sorry, Spence. You can say that I'm interrupting you. Man said Dillian turned into Martin Luther King out there. There was not 1 ounce of maximum violence. Because you know Martin Luther King is the preacher of non-violence. Sorry, carry on.
No, I'm saying that man was wary of the thing. And let me tell you again, yeah? Roger Ramjet, yeah? He turned up at the press thing, yeah? At the press conference. And he had 40 of the man there from road, all in black hoodies. TV never showed them man there. He had about 40 of them man there. The man them in Tyson Furys camp was so wary of the thing, they was speaking to other man, it looks like he's going to kick off down there. It looks like he's going to kick off. You know the rules. Well, let's see 3 of us, they get fried. So they was proper nervous, bro. You know what I mean? Man said,
comments make me laugh, you know. Comments make me laugh. And even me, when people say something funny about me, I just put it up and then block them. But comments make me laugh. But yeah.
I'm just saying this now straight. Like, you had that man weary, and then the next day after, I see you doing this little joke sparring shadow boxing thing with the dad.
That upset me
That's
again.
giving them energy.
That upset me again. I'm saying, bro, this is, you know what is here? Sometimes if a person just acts off the cuff, they're doing something off the cuff, then you can say, all right, cool. This is what man's doing. But when you know that this is the psychology of these brothers, you know that's what Tyson Fury is the master at. He won the Wilder fights before the fight. The second and the third fight, Tyson had already got in Wilder's head. It had already got in Wilder's head. The fight was done because Wilder started doing things that he wouldn't normally do. And that's what I saw at the press conference. That's what I saw at the weigh-in. Bro,
when Dillian was doing the dancing thing on the stage with Tyson Fury.
Yes.
Yeah? And Tyson Fury said, you saw people thought it was going to be animosity and all the rest of it. And none of that didn't happen. It was great. And no, because you made the man play into your hands. Dillian should have kept it. He should have kept the same energy that he had from and say, right, it's a war thing. That is all that I'm on. It's a war thing. No bridgership. Like I said, similarly to when Lloyd Hannigan went in and fought Donald Curry, who is ranked pound for pound #1. when Hagler was fighting, when Larry Holmes was still there, when Michael Spinks was still there, when Tommy Hearns was still there. This man was ranked pound for pound #1. And what did he do? When Lloyd Hannigan went over, he was British Commonwealth and European champion, went over to Atlantic City to fight Donald Curry. Donald Curry was a bad man. Lloyd Hannigan was an overwhelming underdog till people were saying, Lloyd, just come back home. Don't overtake this fight. Lloyd Hannigan looked at the man in his face at the weigh-in, Tunde, and said, I'll see you fucking Saturday, mate. Right? Bad man thing. No long straight. You know, Lloyd Hannigan was like screw man with his little red, high color skin. Right? It was like screw man in his face. That is what should have taken place, because that will disgruntle man. When I see Deontay Wilder going on with a wicked talk, because he's from Alabama, it doesn't frighten me. But I'm being real for you. What are you going to give me, some gumbo? That doesn't frighten me. But if you know, say, a man from the roads, from your ends, who have done their bits, who will do their bits, then it's different. Southwest Boxing Media.
Snapchat, Southwest Media again. Do you think Whyte was just happy to have the opportunity, having waited so long, and why he couldn't use roadman signs? Again, another valid point. And I said, again, I feel that Dills, after keeping so silent, when he was actually there, he was wasting the energy what he needed talking about things that had gone. His outburst with Mauricio Suleiman about the fact that you nearly turned me mad, you made me wait all these days, I spent millions on a court case, and Mauricio Suleiman just said, bruv, you're here now. You get what I'm saying? You're here now. So, bruv, that's gone. And this is what I'm trying to say. Again, it's about maintaining the energy. We wasn't in a position, and I would have said it if I was next to it. I would have said, bruv, Dill, forget all that. Bruv, we're just here. But this is what I'm trying to say. That's why it's important I've always said this, and Anthony agrees with me, and we all agree with each other. Ade agrees with me, and I agree with Ade. It's important to have people around you that are not frightened to tell you what's wrong or right. In their eyes, it doesn't necessarily mean that everything I say to you is the right thing, but I'm not scared to tell you. I'm not scared to say these things about Dillian, because I know everything I say about Dillian is coming from love. It's always love. The bottom line of me being outspoken or it's love. It's the heart. So I'm saying that if you know you're doing something wrong and a man that's with you ain't telling you you're doing something wrong, then why are you around me? Why are you around me? And I'm saying that, bro, man was just, they were just, it's like, it's true. It's like the people that was there was just happy to be there. And Dillian is a young man. Dillian is a young man as well. He's a young man. He needs advice. Even if he's an old man, he needs advice. Everybody needs advice. And I'm saying that you can't be around man that, remember, go and watch the Kevin Hart documentary when he tried to flip on the personal trainer. The person, and Kevin's like, bro, I pay, he's like, bro, I pay you bare money. And the personal trainer says, I don't care about the money. I'm a man. Don't disrespect me. You understand? And then Kevin Hart just cooled up himself and said, yeah, all right, cool, say nothing. That's what you need. You don't need man that's just there for their percentage or just there happy to be on TV. Oh, look at me. I'm on BT Sports. No, brother. You understand? Brother. We need a real thing. So, I mean, listen.
You know why? Again, you know why also is because what I realize is this is like.
Read Sammy Ali, please, Spence. Read Sammy Ali.
Where is it? All right, Sammy Ali, big up. Thank you very much for the 449. Big up, Uncle Tun and Spencer. He will be back, and I'm still Team Whyte all day, every day. He beats other top heavyweights and is my guy. Don't write him off. Nobody's not writing him off.
No.
I'm not writing him off. What I'm saying is this is like, this sport is a hard sport. It's a hard sport. And I'm waiting to know, apart from the Usyk rematch, in Dillian's last 8 fights, what fight has been easy?
What? Say that again, Spence? Say that again.
In Dillian's last 8 fights, go count them back. Which one of his fights have been easy? They've all been hard.
Yeah.
They've all been hard. apart from the Povetkin, and in the Povetkin fight, it was mentally hard because the guy just knocked you out prior. So he's been in hard fights, right? And it takes its toll on you. And just like what Tunde said earlier, like he wouldn't mind seeing Dillian retire right now. I'm not going to jump and say, because I still think there's some fighting him. If you've got it in you, then you should go, you should continue to fight. But I'm saying, what fights are there going to be in there for you? Because you are, you're still a pay-per-view attraction. So what fights are going to be there? Right? And the next thing, and this is what I have to address because it's out there already. Dillian Whyte turned down £5 million not to take the step aside money. He turned it down. He said, I want my opportunity at Tyson Fury, and I know this. So when I'm seeing it out there now, because I'm on the internet now, right? But I've informed Tunde this ages ago, but I wasn't permitted to talk about it. But now I see it on the internet, I'm going to talk about it. He was offered $5 million to take a step aside because they wanted to make Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk in Saudi Arabia. And Dillian said, no, sir. Ben Odom just come on the thing. Yes, my brother. Read that, Ben Odom.
Bruv, I want to say AMG first, but I always say £100 beats 449. Old type Ben Odom, Mr. Snapchat, he said himself. He said, I wanted Dillian to win, but to be honest, the better boxer won on the night. I fear the only man who had the best chance of beating Fury was Deontay because of his extreme power. If AJ had better engine stamina, he would have given Fury serious problems. And it's like I keep saying, Ben Odom knows this thing.
He knows his thing, bro. Ben Odom actually knows
this thing. AMG says Okoli could probably give Fury a good fight. He uses roadman science. You know what? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But I just, again, Fury's just he's just too good, bro. He's too much of a good boxer. You know, I don't care about no sparring or what have you. Bro, on the night, with those amount of people, because that's what people forget as well. You got to deal with that. And that's not easy.
But that thing was zappy, too.
It was zap your energy.
That thing was zappy.
That's why you have...
Remember the time you was using your first Christmas nativity play? And I know your dad come to see you. And you was probably one of the lambs in the Christmas play.
No, I was always the lion, mate.
You were the lion. There were no lions in Jesus' time in the thing, unless they were sending you to the lion.
Well, I didn't even hear what he said. I just heard you say lamb. And I say I ain't no lamb.
Plays. Who was you? Was you one of the angels?
I can't remember what I was.
You can't remember?
I can't remember.
Listen, I want you to
the only thing in my head now is combinations. That's all that's in my head. I don't remember none of that nonsense. I'm fine.
I'm telling you this. Wait there. God's Will King. Yes, we've got to read out that. Thank you for the £20. Let's jump on that. Thank you. Quite unfortunate. Whyte fought his way to the top and came up against a GOAT level fighter.
That's what I said.
Parker beat Ruiz in
to be the
champ. Yeah, for real. Parker beat Ruiz. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Let me read that again.
Let me read it. Let me read it. Thank you, God's Will, for the God's Will King for the £20. He says, quite unfortunate Whyte fought his way to the top and came up against a GOAT level fighter. Parker beat Ruiz to be champ. Joshua beat Martin. Wilder beat Stavern. Poor Whyte had only the Gypsy King to be champion. And that's facts.
And it's true. All these Abraham got some. You know what? I'm going to keep this thing 100, yeah? They could have got Dillian Whyte an easier opponent to fight for a world title. Right? They could have got, seriously, Eddie Hearn could have got Anthony Joshua to relinquish one of the belts and let Dillian fight for one of the vacant, could have relinquished the WBA title or the WBO title, you know what I mean, or the IBF title, and got him to go and fight for one of those vacant belts and then come back again and meet them in the middle. But the problem was this, it's obsession with belts, right? It's obsession with belts. But when we look at heavyweight history, we say obsession with belts, one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, Larry Holmes, was never, ever an undisputed champion. How you like that one? He was never an undisputed champion. Right, he won the IBF, he won the WBC title from Ken Norton in '78, and then he relinquished that crown and he picked up the IBF crown, but he was never an undisputed champion. He was a lineal ring magazine champion, but he was never an undisputed champion. So it's difficult when you're seeing these guys and who they're getting to go and fight. It's hard. So Dillian could have got an easier chance at fighting a world title for a world title. He ends up fighting. A legend.
The legend. Big up Phil Mitchell. He said Tunde was one of the wise men, but he messed up his lines, and he did say left hook, right hook, left uppercut. That's what I said in the play. I would type Phil Mitchell all day, and we have to reiterate: Dillian Whyte didn't just lose against some lucky fighter who won a belt.
Yeah.
This guy, the Gypsy King, he has won every belt known to man in boxing. The guy's just different level, and we just gotta appreciate him, respect him. It's his era. You know, nothing can be said. It's his era, and I'll be honest with you. If I was him, I wouldn't fight again. I wouldn't fight again. And you know what? Same. It don't matter if you win or lose. I'm going to just talk how I talk. I said to Kell Brook, don't fight again. I said it. I said, you're not going to get a bigger night.
He's going to fight you back.
I said, you're not going to get a bigger night than Amir Khan. And now what? The man, you're not listening. You're not listening. You're going to fight Eubanks, and Eubanks going to beat you.
Azim Khan has asked, what is the oldest belt? The oldest belt today is the WBA. A lot of people don't know that. They think it's the WBC, but it's actually the WBA title.
The knowledge.
Right? WBA title was formulated in 1963. 8 months after, in 1964, the WBC crown was made available. Then after that was made available, so you had the 2 crowns. If you had the WBC or the WBA crowns from the 60s onwards, you were seen as the undisputed champion. Then from then, as in, I think it was in 1982 to 83, the IBF crown was formulated. And Larry Holmes was actually gifted that crown because Larry Holmes relinquished the WBC crown that he won famously from Ken Norton in that 15-round slugfest battle. Right. What's that? Ring Magazine belt. Ring Magazine belt is the belt that was given to somebody who was universally recognized as the best fighter in the world. Knight Fletcher was the man that originated the Ring Magazine itself. And then you were given that belt. If you had that belt, that's where the terminology of the lineal heavyweight champion came from, or the lineal heavyweight champion came from, because they could go all the way back. But they're one of the most originated belts, so the belts, or the colors of the belts, was the NABA, the National Boxing Association crown. If you had the National Boxing Association crown, that is the belt now that you see like in the Rocky movies. You know, in the Rocky movies, the belt that Rocky had around his waist. That belt was also formulated from the Ring Magazine, and they were the same colors. And it was the same colors of the red, white, and blue because it represented America, but also represented Great Britain. Great Britain is the place where the Marquess of Queensberry rules came from way back in 1865. So from that time there, that is where we get that from. But the red, white, and the blue is the same colors of the Union flag. It's not the Union Jack, it's actually the Union flag. And it's the same colors as the Stars and Stripes in America. Let me just drop that knowledge on you.
The knowledge. Bro, I told you, you don't get this on Sky TV. I'm BT Sports and The Zone. You definitely don't get it on The Zone. You need to come here. The fight is right. If you want it on The Zone, BT Sports and Sky, you have to come and check us. We might
simple as that. And the thing is, no one's not bringing this kind of hype and this kind of energy. Because you can't understand how me and Tunde talk, we talk. So me and Tunde will argue. Simple. You know why? Because I'm not fake.
Exactly.
Don't talk. And if Tunde gets on, they'll lock him off and come back. G thank you very much. G Chain says,
Gary,
evening, my bros. I was there last night supporting Dills, and I am so gutted that he lost. But his performance was awful, bro.
Come on.
He didn't allow one big punch or buzz fury at all, fam. Please tell me what the game plan was. I literally have no idea at all. Bro, you must have just come on the show, because we've been saying this since we come on it.
And let me just answer you. There was no game plan, and there shouldn't have been a game plan. That's the answer. There shouldn't have been a game plan. And if you want to give it the name game plan, the name should be Roadman Science. I keep telling you, this thing is going to stick in you lot's head. You just broke up, man. Go in there and fight. Fight. Because when you strip down the Queensbury of Marcus rules, oh, that's right, in Spence, the Queensbury of Marcus.
Absolutely right.
When you strip it all down, it's this. Bare knuckle thing. And conk man in his head and lick man in the side of their ear. That's what it is. Roadman Science. That's the game plan. I keep telling you're going up against master boxers. And you weren't born into the sport. You don't come from boxing lineage, heritage, genetics. You don't have that. So you've got all the way to the top through hard work, dedication, dream it, believe it, becoming it. But now you're in a situation where you've got someone who is homebred, conditioned. Has anyone ever seen Tyson Fury get tired? I'm waiting for the answer. Tyson Fury don't get tired, fam. Tyson Fury don't, because he was born into this thing. You can't go, you're not going to out-condition him. He can have love handles till the cows come home. This man don't get tired. Never. Never see Tyson. He'll get licked down on the floor and still get up and start jumping. And as he's jumping, all he's seeing is the belly go. Fam, the guy's a legend. The guy's a legend. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm not beating you with boxing. That even Stevie Wonder knows you can't beat this guy boxing. Old tight, Snapchat money, I'll go on. Old tight, Ride 2596. Tunde and Spencer Fearon. The truth is only AJ beats Fury. And for me, the fight just showed that Whyte is a category just out of the top 4 heavyweight fighters in Usyk, AJ, Fury, and Wilder, in my opinion. Thank you for that donation, and thank you for that comment, sir. You may be right. You may be right. And I said it. AJ has the style. In fact, I'll be honest with you. Dillian had, we all thought he had the stuff to beat Tyson. And he did. He did. But whether or not you can implicate the Roadman Science on the Gypsy King is altogether another conversation. And I'm telling you that this is where you need cheerleaders in your ear, but cheerleading you to go and fight. You know, like when you
hear what the dad says? The dad says, the man that's going to beat my son hasn't been born yet.
Yeah.
So much that people believe it now. Because
the person who you need to believe it is Tyson Fury, and he has. But as I said, you know, when you was in school and there was a rockers and man will be in your ear, you ain't hear man that don't even roll with you. Go on, Spence, fight him, brock him up, Spence. That's what you need for a man like Tyson Fury and Usyk. You need those kind of guys. Like, yeah, you know what, fam? You know what? This boxing thing ain't working. Go in there and just let the thing go. Bro, but just tell you the truth. Because I know Mike Tyson, and let's not get this wrong, Mike Tyson was gifted technically as well. He was gifted technically. But Mike Tyson uses roadman science in and outside of the ring. He uses it on airplanes.
There was no need for Tyson to punch out that poor man like that.
So I'm like, we know that someone said Dillian's limited in terms of IQ, and that may be true. But guess what?
No, I disagree.
I said it may be true. Listen, Spence, I said it may be true. I don't actually believe that, as I said.
I'm talking about the person, not you, not what you're saying.
Okay, yeah. I don't believe that. That's just his comment, but I don't believe that. And I said it the day before. People are actually underestimating Dillian's IQ. Again, he knocked out, I don't care if he's 99 years old. Alexander Povetkin was an Olympic gold medalist. And he banged him out in the second fight with roadman science. That's what he did. He just didn't care. And that's what we wanted to see last night. Unfortunately, we didn't see that.
Carry on, just get a drink.
Thank you, Sugar Ray 29. Thank you for the £10 donation. He says, great show, gentlemen. Just wanted to ask, who is the best heavyweight champion to come out of the UK? Bruno, Lewis, Mike or Tyson Fury? Lewis, for me, as he beat better opposition in his era, he became undisputed. And the stats don't lie. And I totally agree with you, Sugar Ray. You can't, bruv. Lennox Lewis, I said it. He undoubtedly was the best of his era. Could he mix it in this era? Absolutely. Lennox Lewis don't play. You try to put man like Usyk in with Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis just clap that out one time. You're talking about technicality and everything like that. Because Lennox Lewis was a master boxer himself. But one thing, Lewis, you want to say something, Spence?
Yeah. Go on. Lennox Lewis is the greatest heavyweight of all time. Right?
I'm the one who said that, Spence. You know it.
That's the fight that I'm talking like, shut your mouth, you little boo-boo. Right? But no, after, listen, it's because I know Lennox, I would never tell him that. And by Lennox Lewis, he never stood for nothing. Right? Muhammad Ali stood for something. Right? That's that. But on the reals, most probably the greatest heavyweight of all time, Lennox Lewis.
I said it.
And I'm telling you this now. Lennox Lewis with a clap out Tyson Fury. How about that? In a clap out Tyson Fury. And that's that.
I'm just telling you, Lennox was the greatest heavyweight ever. I said it.
No. Address this. Lennox Lewis would have, because I'm hearing a little, because I knew this was going to start, you know. Just like I knew everyone's going to start saying, yeah, Canelo was going to be greater than Floyd Mayweather. I am telling you this now. Lennox Claudius Lewis would have knocked out Tyson Fury. The Tyson Fury that beat let me tell you this. Lennox Lewis would have done Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury on the same night. And that's not me disrespecting them, man. I'm just saying there's levels to this thing. There's levels to this thing, brother.
Absolutely. Lennox Lewis was different gravy. He can punch so hard. But listen, I wouldn't just totally count out Tyson. I'm just being real. I wouldn't count out that because of his unpredictability, his movement. But then again, Lennox could move as well. It'll be a great fight. And listen, you don't want to disrespect either men. Both of them are the best of their era thus far.
I'm not disrespecting no one.
I'm not disrespecting no one. But they're both of them are the best of their era.
Yeah, exactly. And Lennox used to say that on quite a few times. Well, I'm the best of my era. But when we match up the eras, and we have to match them up, Lennox, just like when I'm saying Tyson Fury was most probably born with boxing gloves, I get it. Lennox Lewis was born with boxing gloves too. But the difference is this. Lennox Lewis was just a different kind of pedigree. Two-time Olympian, different pedigree. I just want man to realize that part there. Right? Different pedigree. And he went in with man. And like, if he got a shortcoming or something, he said, all right, don't watch no face. I'm going to deal with you vicious. And he was heavy-handed. And he could punch. Come on, I don't want to hear that, man. And
well, it's all subjective. It's all opinions.
It is.
The American brother said.
I guarantee you, None of you don't study boxing like me, so my opinion is more valid than anybody here.
Say that again, Spence.
I said, none of you don't sit down and study this thing like I am, so their opinion is not as valid as mine.
You can't say that.
I just said it.
You can't say that
because
you don't know who's online. You don't know who's online. Someone might be online that studies.
If they're online, I would say if they're online, they're watching us. That means that my opinion counts more than theirs.
They might decide the energy. They might decide it anyway. I would never argue with you, but because you're the knowledge, in my opinion. But you never know who's watching.
I'm telling you now, Lennox Lewis will clap out Tyson Furys.
All right, cool. But
I'm hearing people now. Right now, we're going to hear this because we're living in this era. I remember like when Anthony Joshua was getting his relative success, and Anthony Joshua's man then was saying, "Nah, but Anthony went to 1 Olympics and won a gold medal, and Lennox Lewis had to go to 2." I said, Lennox Lewis went to the first one when he just turned 18, and he lost to Tyrone Biggs, who was a bad boy.
Yeah, Southwest Boxing, I like that. Again, you're coming with some jewels tonight, Southwest Boxing. He said, Lewis is the best heavyweight ever because he has that roadman science in his DNA. He could turn it off and on like a light switch levels.
Press the button for the brother.
And that's facts. That is, remember when he fought Galata? He just come out like a gangster.
Tunde. I remember Galata just punch up Riddick Bowl twice, but they like the low blows.
Yep.
And I was thinking, nah, this Galata. I remember there's some. You must know Ernest from Little Bad Man. Ernest, he's a little bit older, Nigerian brother, but he's a bad man still. You know, back in the day, like in the 80s, when you see like man that will come on this thing, and it's like he was just doing his thing, like he was respected by all the Saxon man them knew. He was a serious man, and he was saying to me, "No, Lennox Lewis can't fight this man Golovkin." And because he's a bad man, everyone was listening. I said, "Brother, are you mad? Lennox Lewis will punch his brother up." And the way Lennox Lewis brought that up, that was vicious. That's one of Lennox Lewis' performances.
You mean Galata, not Golovkin?
Yes, sir. You know what I'm talking about.
But yeah, Lennox Lewis destroyed Galata. What's this? Nah, this is what I'm telling you. I want Dillian to retire. Take Me Back. Pirate Radio Archive says DDD versus Dillian, Joyce versus Dillian. I could see those happening. Depends who the WBA sanction as White is still ranked highly in that mix. Well, we know that Joe Joyce and Joseph Parker are about to fight in July. It was announced yesterday at the fight. That'd be a good fight. I'm looking forward to that one. Joe Joyce's manager told me prior to the announcement, he said, yeah, we just made the fight. And we don't know the exact date in July, but it's going to happen. And it's going to happen at Wembley. So, yeah, it's going to be a good one. But I don't want to see Dillian winning with the, well, you can't call Joe Joyce young, but I don't want to see Dillian in with Daniel Dubois. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I don't even want to see him in. Bruv, Dillian's fought Parker. He's fought AJ. He's fought Fury.
Chisora
twice. He's fought Povetkin. He's fought Rivas. Dillian Whyte has to be respected. He has gone in there and fought top dogs. And his resume is sound. For somebody who he wasn't born into the sport, who faced so much adversity growing up, coming to this country, to be standing across the ring, looking at a legend eye to eye and fighting, bruv, Dillian's done his bits. Now, I do understand that everybody has bills to pay. Everyone has bills to pay. But, bruv, hopefully Dillian would have invested his money. You know, he got a good he got a good payday last night. So if he's invested in money, he can just chill out, enjoy his family. He's got a newborn. You know, he's got his mother's there. She was there last night. You know, he's got people that love him, man. Like, bro, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes these boxers, I'm like, bro, okay, everyone has their own opinion. Everyone can make their own decisions, but there comes a point where a man doesn't say, come on, allow this thing now. Allow this thing, because, you know, as I said, it ain't just losses. They're KO losses.
Mm.
They're knockout losses. Boxing is cerebral. It's ongoing. It's pugilistic dementia. It's damage after you announce your retirement. Then you start to see the real damage of the onslaught of punches that you've taken throughout your career. That's when you see the real seriousness of boxing. And every time I watch the sport of boxing, I always say the same thing. This thing is serious.
It is very serious. And like I keep on saying, this sport is unforgiving. It is a very unforgiving sport too. And
so please, man, I want Dillian to just relax, man. Dillian has bought through a lot of brothers as well. He's bought through a lot of people. A lot of people have earned their living or their keep from Dillian. So now it's time to rest up. Hopefully you've made some great investments and just chill out. Still give back. He's a manager as well. So he can, you know, that's how you give back to the sport. But you got to think about your health. Health is wealth. Health is wealth. Money is not everything. And Mike Tyson famously said, anyone who thinks money is everything obviously has never had a lot of money.
Yep.
Yeah. So, bro, think about your health. Think about your children. Think about your family. Relax. You done the thing. You came up. You went to the top of the mountain. You came up against undoubtedly, definitely the best of his era, and also a legend. The man came back from mental depression, alcoholism, everything.
The man lost Terence Crawford in bodyweight, you know.
Bruv.
That's serious.
Come on, man. Man have to respect Dillian. That everything is enough. And respect Tyson Fury as well. So both of those guys, there always has to be a winner and there always has to be a loser. But no one has anything to be upset about. Both of them. Both of them. We as fans, bloodthirsty fans, are going to want more. That ain't never going to change. We're always going to want man. We're always going to say man should have done this or man should have done that. That's just the nature of the beast. But at the end of the day, none of us are Dillian. None of us are Dillian. None of us are Tyson Fury. These men got families as well. These men got families as well. But anyway, I don't want to get too deep because it's still a roadman science thing. But you get what I'm saying, Spence? Just relax. Yeah. You know, these guys, man, they're here for our entertainment, but there has to come a point in their career where they both say enough is enough. You know, because there's always gonna be someone that, you know, oh, fight him. You know, I don't know if he can beat you. I don't know if you can beat. That's how it goes. So just relax. Anyway, Dillian's punch resistance has been on the decline for a while. Wow, you know, yes, I don't know, Spence. 3 KOs by 3 uppercuts. Well, 3 KOs on 1 knockdown. Rivas was a knockdown, but not a knockdown.
Yeah, Rivas knocked him down, but the same shot. So it seemed like throughout the years he's very susceptible to it. You know, I just don't want to see no one get hurt.
Yes,
and I've seen too many fighters carry on way past their time, right? And are walking on their heels too. I know men personally, you know guys personally, who have carried on to it. And also, this is heavyweight boxing as well.
Yes.
Right? So then punches landing, they're harder, they're heavier. I mean, I wouldn't want to see nobody leave this sport and be damaged for it. I wouldn't want to see that. And
no.
Dillian was out well financially, but he could be saying, well, there's got to be big fights. But if he continues, I think he should be very, very strategic in how he moves forward. That is what I'm saying. He should be very, very strategic in how he moves forward. There's parts of
Ty Breezy, big up Ty Breezy. Me too. You know, and you know, listen, there's always one, you know, and Dillian was carrying a lot of the man's them yesterday on his shoulders, you know, walking out, as you say, in Wembley Stadium. It is a very, very inspiring thing, you know. But come on, you can inspire, man. But guess what? The man that's getting inspired is going home or popping down, what's that? Or Bagel King now, Wolf Road. After the fight, I'm buying crumble and custard. But you get what I'm saying? So yeah, the inspirations there. I definitely agree with you, Ty Breezy. He inspired me just seeing him out there walking with the man's them. And but as I say, there comes a time where we just got to be realistic and think about the most important thing, which is his health. Man said, look how they still got Chisora fighting, but Derek wants to fight. Derek wants to fight. I don't know. Again, Derek wants to fight. But me, personally, and Derek, bruv, these young men, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know who's chatting to them. Or maybe I'm just one of them people who my heart just doesn't like to. I like a fight, obviously, that's evident. The passion's there, but I don't like seeing people get really, really hurt, long-term hurt. And when people are getting KO'd and bashed up badly, that's long-term. You understand? That's long-term. Old tight Sammy Ali, he says, 78 Sports spoke disgusting about why it's wrong. Well, I don't even know who 78 Sport are.
Yeah, you do, man. 78 Sport jumped on our team when we had my guy from Black Pipe Fan, and he was going back. Okay. Right. But obviously, let me tell you this now. Then man, I'm going to speak disgusting about Dillian Whyte. And the reason being is because he's a pro Deontay Wilder man. So he's going to speak disgustingly of Dillian Whyte because he's going to be defendant of Deontay Wilder. But also, he's going to be thinking, well, you're always gunning my guy. So I get where they're coming from.
Okay, yeah. Because you know what? I said that, Spence. Sorry, finish what you're saying.
Yeah, a lot of people have been very, very dismissive of Dillian Whyte's efforts, which is crazy. A man earned his right to fight for the WBC and lineal heavyweight championship of the world. Right? So let's just call it as it is. We got to give
that, but I knew he was going to get some backlash because
he's getting mad backlash.
Yeah, but remember when Wilder got bust up, Derek was laughing on Sky Sports. I mean, Dillian was laughing on Sky Sports about when Fury knocked him out. So I always knew that would come back to haunt him someday. But they're fighters, in it, so I guess it is what it is. Thank you, Leah O, the lovely Leah O, for the $8.99. She says, I can't lie, I'm still salty. Last night would have been a perfect ending to a tough journey. I agree, Dillian should retire. Too many hard fights. I think he has the IQ to be a legendary trainer one day. Well, I can tell you,
I think Dillian would be an excellent trainer.
Say again?
I think Dillian would be an excellent trainer.
Well, history has shown that fighters are not good trainers.
Certain fighters ain't good trainers.
Can you tell me a notable ex-fighter champion that was a good trainer?
One of the greatest ever do it, and Emil Griffin became a very, very good trainer. Trained Simon Brown. He trained Morris Blocker, who was
no one don't know Emil Griffin.
No. You don't know Emil Griffin.
This is why you're the knowledge, you know. This is why you're the knowledge. Because you would just go back to some granddaddy years, fam, that no one don't know about. No one don't know Emil Griffiths. Emil Griffiths was probably fighting in 1703 or something like that.
No. Emil Griffin was an incredible fighter, Tom. I just want you to know that. An incredible fighter.
I said how many? Robert Garcia, He was all right. Buddy McGirt was a good fighter. Yeah, you got that one. Buddy McGirt was a good fighter. Definitely.
Excellent.
Well, the thing is, Roger Mayweather goes without saying, but never got the credit of trainer of the year, even though he did train his nephew.
Touch on this, please. Let me tell you this now. How on earth can Roger Mayweather train one of the greatest fighters to ever lace up boxing gloves and never, ever even get mentioned?
But yet Eddie Renaso is getting trainer of the year bare times.
Yeah, but you know how this thing works anyway. You know how this thing works. You know what I mean?
That's another good point there. Andy Lee seems to be a good assistant trainer. Yeah, true, facts.
Yeah, Derek James, someone just mentioned here. We're going to get Derek James on the show, you know, because he phoned me. Derek's a nice guy, you know, really nice guy. Got time of day for him.
Spencer, your knowledge is too elite. It's too elite. It's too elite. Bro, Spencer just comes back. He just comes back from 1703. 1703 knowledge.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Thank you very much. And another one there, don't forget George Benton. But George Benton didn't become world champion, though. But he didn't even challenge for the world title. But George Benton was a fantastic fighter. You know what I mean? The Philly shell, he popularized it. Yep, Neil Simpson. Yep, we all know that Emil Griffiths was bisexual. Yeah, we know that. And he's got a book. I've got his book upstairs, man. I've read the book. Really, really good book. He said, people love me when I killed a man, but to love a man was a different thing. You know what I mean? And yeah, Emil Griffiths was a fantastic fighter, man. Really, really good fighter. And the first ever light middleweight champion of the world. A lot of people don't know that, but he was.
All right, let's move to this section, final section of the show. What next for Tyson Fury?
It has to be the winner of Usyk AJ.
So you don't think retirement is
No. When you say the next thing as well, it's like you can't retire. You know what? You can't retire. You can't retire. Especially after yesterday's performance, because you got nothing in the bag. Now, if I was watching this, I said, well, you ain't got a lot in the bag. And he's talking about retirement. You can't retire now. You know what I mean? Because I'm not right with this book as well. Like his wife put, the greatest that ever lived. His wife put that, she tweeted that out. Yeah? I allow the wife because it's his wife. She's entitled to have that opinion. That's his wife. If your wife don't look at you like you're the greatest, then something's wrong. So, you know what I mean? I get that one. Right? But I don't want to hear no Steve Bunce and then man talk no foolishness. I don't want to hear no go through about, I don't want to hear none of these next man talk about, I'll tell you next one, it was a vicious little gas man, that Gareth A. Davis. He was next little gas thing. I don't want to hear none of them talk at all. I don't want to hear none of them talk.
Can I just say something? Sammy Ali says, this is why my love for boxing has died a little, because guys like White don't get their due respect. Sammy, would you do us a favor and tell everybody on the Fighters Right how old you are? Sammy's about 12 years old. Talking about his love for boxing has died. Fam, you was just born yesterday. You chat about love for boxing. Big up Sammy Ali, young lion. Man's about 15 years old, but talking like he's old, 94 years old. Old type, man's them, Paul L Finance.
Come on.
He says, thank you for the £10, Paul, much appreciated. He says, when AJ lost to Usyk, Dillian was laughing at him. Never kick a man when he's down. You know what? I'm constantly reminded this and tell people this. White fought like an amateur last night. Fury was on fire. His ring walk was epic. Big up Musclehead, that means me. For those that don't know, that's what that man used to call me. And the knowledge. Big up Paul.
Come on.
The performance, it weren't that good. Southwest Boxing, thank you again, brother. You're contributing tonight. I feel that you're paying April's mortgage for me. But you can't pay Spencer's mortgage is too big, mate. Bro, that's why Spencer don't want to sleep. Old tight. Southwest. Thank you for the 449. He says Cunningham gave Fury nightmares. He even admitted this himself. Usyk is leagues above Steve Cunningham. Fury has an easier fight. Has an easier fight against AJ, in my opinion.
You know what?
I don't actually agree with that.
Well, this is a nice piece of boxing, right? That everyone don't have to agree.
Yes, sir.
Right? Yes, sir. But I'm telling you that Usyk is going to give him trouble.
All right, cool. I'm telling you.
Let me tell you.
Usyk.
When Usyk went to fight AJ, Usyk's a very clever man. When Usyk went to fight AJ, was there 60,000 in attendance, right? I was there. The man put on a visor, you know, to block off everybody. Because Tunde, you've been out when you've been out in America and fought on the undercard of Canelo. The crowd is serious. And if
say that again. Say that point again.
On a Canelo undercard.
Yeah,
the crowd is serious.
Yes.
Right? And you have to also know, like, if you're not mentally prepared for it, Usyk envisioned what I'm going in for. He envisioned that ring walk. He said, "One that I'm putting on a visor." So none of you ain't seen my reactions. None of you ain't seen how I'm going to be feeling. None of you can see that I'm putting on a visor and walking to the ring.
Yep.
Technically, because I know if Tyson Fury was to go out and say, right, I'm just going to bang out Usyk, it'd be a difficult task for him to go and try and bang out Usyk. But we've also seen throughout fights, Fury, even though years ago, when he knocked down Gone.
Bobby Wright, thank you for the 449. It's a great show again, guys. Got to shoot a bit early tonight. See you Friday. Thomas Newell, thank you for the £5. He said Fury would dog Usyk whenever he has got outboxed. He has gone to war. Carry on, Spencer.
And I get that, but I'm saying Usyk is very clever. He's very clever. And because of that, and just by the relative success that I saw Dillian Whyte have in the first round as a southpaw, I just believe that Usyk will give Tyson Fury trouble. Not saying he'll beat Tyson Fury, but I'm saying that he'll give him trouble. Because Tyson would have to really think. Because that man Usyk's tricky.
Tyson Fury broke up Usyk, man. I'm just saying this truth. He'll broke up Usyk. You're just fooling yourself. He ain't beating Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is a next level geezer. He ain't messing about. He start bust his little mad dance in the dressing room. Start skip off the little love handles. Speak for any man. Any man. No man born from his mother could beat Tyson Fury.
Right, you heard what David Cross said. Tyson Fury don't like southpaws.
Who told you that? Who told him that? Who told him that? Where did he get that information from? Where did he get that information from? The man boxed the whole fight as a southpaw. The man boxed whole fight as a southpaw before. He busts up Derek Chisora as a southpaw. What are you talking about? Where's people get this information from? I don't know.
Tyson Fury don't like fighting southpaws.
How? Why? If he's good enough to fight as a southpaw, what leads anyone to believe that he don't like southpaws? I mean, his IQ is so talented. He can do what he wants. And I'll be honest with you, he chose to box like that yesterday. Yeah, I believe, remember I said to you before, I believe you can just go in there and just fight another way. Because there was times when he punched Dillian and Dillian just flew back. The guy's got everything, Spence. I'm not gonna, you know what? I'm gonna keep it real. The guy, Tyson Fury is a G. He's a G. He's a G, and he's his makeup has got everything. It's everything to the geezer. Anyway, thank you, Ray. $25.96 for the $8.99 or no
thank
pounds.
You very much.
Pounds.
Pounds.
Yeah, pound. But the pound's not as strong as the dollar right now, is it?
No, it's more powerful.
I think it is. Anyway, thank you for the donation. All the same. He said Fury has to fight the winner of Usyk and AJ to level off his legacy with Lennox Lewis. He has to have that undisputed title to his name. Usyk will give Fury problems, though. Don't sleep on his IQ level. He's just a bigger man. The bigger dog will beat the smaller dog.
Not necessarily.
A good big one always beats a good little one.
No, son. I'm telling you, if you want to listen, you listen. If you don't want to listen, it's your business.
Mike Tyson could not beat Lennox Lewis in any day.
That's not because of the size.
Lennox Lewis is too big. It's just too big. Same with Usyk. Tyson Fury is too big. He ain't gonna knock out Tyson. So get that out of the equation. He ain't gonna outbox Tyson. Get that out of the equation. So you think just because a man is a different stance that he's gonna give Tyson Fury problems? No, brother.
All right.
Tyson Fury. You know what Tyson Fury do? He'll box Usyk southpaw. Now,
right.
how many southpaws? I'm posing these questions. How many southpaws have Usyk boxed?
I can't, bloody. I'm not looking at that like I watch Usyk like that. I'm just seeing what Usyk done to Anthony Joshua. Yeah.
But Anthony Joshua let him do that.
Did he?
Anthony Joshua let him do that.
Did he? Did he?
Yeah, because he fought his fight. He fought his fight.
Yeah, exactly.
He fought his fight.
Bradis was southpaw. TK just jumped in. Thank you very much.
Is that again?
Bradis was a southpaw.
And wasn't that a good fight? Wasn't that a good fight?
Yeah.
So if Bradis gave Usyk a good fight, what do you think Tyson Fury is going to do? Let Bradis come and fight Tyson Fury, see what happened. He'll bust him up.
Styles make fights too.
You man, no man. There's certain individuals that have listen, I'm not a historian to your level, but in my limited
nobody is Tunde.
No, okay, Spence, we know that. But in my limited knowledge,
no, your knowledge ain't limited, or you wouldn't be around me.
Well, for the little I know, let's say for the little I know about
boxing.
You won't let me win. All right. For what I know about boxing, there are individuals that come along, not often, that oft-repeated saying of Styles make fights does not apply to them. Floyd Mayweather was one of them. Tyson Fury is one of them. Andre Ward is one of them. These man, I don't care what style you got. And they'll just beat you up. If the boxing don't work, they just fight you. And that's what Tyson Fury is. So style, that's nonsense to Tyson Fury. Old type Ben Odom.
I want to answer. Go on, call it out.
Old type Mr. Snapchat himself. Prime Vitali versus Fury. Your thoughts, gentlemen, please. Bear in mind Vitali's height, chin, and aggression. Good point. But we have seen, and let me just confirm this. Answer what you think, Spence.
Vitali's very good. Vitali's one of the greatest heavyweights of all time.
Excuse me?
I'm telling you now, he's one of the greatest heavyweights of all time.
Excuse me?
Right. I don't business that when Derek Chisora went in against him. Derek Chisora in the old version.
Excuse me?
What year did Derek Chisora fight him?
You just came on here and said Vitaly Klitschko is one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. A man that was retired by light punching Chris Bird. Come on, Spencer Fearon.
He dislocated his shoulder in that fight.
Nonsense. Danny Williams' shoulder was on the floor.
I was there ringside against him.
And the man clap out Mark Potter. Don't tell me about no dissing. Oh, my shoulder's hurting me. Come on. Are you a warrior or a princess? Come on, don't tell me about no shoulder. Right.
Tunde, you was at the fight. I remember you was at the fight. You was at the fight in 99. You was at that fight when he come over and broke up your Nigerian brother.
would you say Vitaly is better than Vladimir?
I would, you know.
But Vladimir beat Chris Bird.
It don't matter.
He stopped him.
It don't matter. And wait a minute. Corey
Chris Bird got banged out by Ike Biabushi.
Knocked out Vladimir. And what did Vitaly do to him?
Say that again, Spence.
Corey Sanders, the South African, knocked out Vladimir Klitschko. And what did Vitaly do to him? Vitaly only killed him.
Well, this is what I'm trying to say. It's the two brothers sharing this thing. One gets knocked out by one, and the other one get knocked out, and the other one beats him. Tyson Fury swipes all of them. Tyson Fury went on to man's home turf and played with Vladimir Klitschko. You can't put Vitaly in the same league as Tyson Fury. No, brother. I refuse.
Nah, Tunde. Obviously, I'm telling you, that man was very...
Lennox Lewis was eating Jamaican patties on his home beach, on his beach in Yard. He was eating patties, curry goat and rice, and Guinness punch, and carrot juice. And Vitaly still couldn't deal with Lennox.
Tunde, maybe you're not listening to what I'm saying to you.
He still couldn't deal with Lennox.
I'm going to have to put that one out there. Vitaly Klitschko was serious, brother. I'm telling you that now.
Nonsense. These men ain't better than Tyson Fury. They're not better than Tyson Fury. Although I must admit, I was ringside. Well, I weren't ringside, but I was near ringside when Vitaly bust up Herbie Hyde. The way that he punched him was mad. Bro, he froze Herbie Hyde. He froze him with a right. I think it was a right hand. I was there. I was like, my good God.
That was 99. That was 99, Ton.
Bro, that was at the that was at Frank's. That was Frank's show.
Yeah, at London Arena.
London Arena. I said, what the? I said, this man can punch, bro. So I'm not disrespecting Vitaly Klitschko. I'm just saying that he ain't, ain't Tyson Fury. No. He ain't Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury has got all the respect for me now. This brother is different level.
All right.
Tyson Fury is different level. The man's brushing his hair. Not he's bald now, but man's brushing his hair backwards and jabbing up man's face. You can't disrespect the Gypsy King. He's a done. He is a done. But I don't know. It's been an eventful week, so to say. Dillian didn't bring it home. In his own words, he tried his best. He didn't feel... I read something that he said that he didn't feel out of place or not at that level. I don't know if I agree with that. But what I do know is that Dillian Whyte has nothing to be ashamed of. I think people feel a bit let down because I think they was expecting more from Dillian. But again, when you're in there with the Gypsy King, you got a lot to think about. And you can overthink to the point where you actually stop being yourself. And this is what I'm saying, going back to the press conference and the weigh-in again. I'm saying, bro, you man are playing this brother. Somebody around you needs to have said that.
Yeah, but Tunde, you ain't got no one around him to say it to. You ain't got no one around him to say it to. Like I said, when your bridges them are all shadow boxing with the enemy's dad.
All the Ronnies, thank you for the 179. He said, please compare Whyte under Xavier Miller to Tibbs. Here we go.
Whyte never lost a fight under Tibbs. Whyte never lost a fight under Tibbs, Tom.
How many fights did he have, Mark?
He had quite a few, about 7.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, he had quite a few under him. So, yeah. All of his big wins were under Mark Tibbs.
Okay, that's interesting.
The Joseph Parker was under Tibbs.
That's interesting.
Lucas Brown was under Tibbs. Derek Chisora 1 and 2 was under Tibbs. So all of these big wins have been under Tibbs. He ain't had no big win, bar the rematch with Povetkin, with Xavier Miller. That's not me gunning Xavier Miller. I'm just telling you the facts. Right, 11 fights, mate. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Right? He had 11 fights with Tibbs. But I'm talking the big fights. So he had a bag of fights under Tibbs. And he was unbeaten under Tibbs. So from the AJ fight, when he gets rid of Jonathan Banks, he starts working with, so he did what, 5 years with Tibbs? 5, nearly 6 years with Tibbs? So, wow. Yeah. That's and with Xavier Miller, he's had 3 fights. Is it 3 fights? Yeah, 3 fights. He had 3 fights under Xavier Miller.
And been knocked out in 2.
So the first, yeah, exactly. With uppercut, I may hasten to add.
Dean Sinclair says Dillian's punch resistance was worrying. Before the KO, it's gone. Before the KO, he was getting wobbled with shots that used to bounce off him. That's what I was saying. I wasn't happy with.
Yeah, he got with the right hand as well. I remember that.
Even little check left hooks. Even like with the check left hooks, he was catching them, but he wasn't stable. I don't know. A bit of maybe his legs, done too much in his legs. I don't know. I never really talk like that. I just, you know, he knows what went wrong. He knows if he was just beaten by the better man and just got caught. There's always going to be a reason. I just think that whatever the case, Dillian has had a good career. You know, I don't want to be I'm not signing his off his career because, you know, it's going to be his choice. But in my opinion, my humble opinion, and as somebody just looking at him as like, yeah, a young guy that has done so well, I just think just chill out, relax. You know, I'm sure there's other ways. I know Dillian has made some good investments. Let me not say I know exactly what it is, but he's made some good investments. And I just think it's time to cool, time to chill and be happy with your career. You know, I know the world title has eluded you. You waited so long for ages, but you at least got there. You got there. Xavier Miller has 33% win with Whyte. Very, very poor.
That is poor, Tom. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I'm only going by the stats. That's poor, Tom. You know what I mean? And I mean, I'm not no gunning process of Xavier. You know what I mean? Because you heard what I said. Them same men don't gun Ben Davison like they've been bunning up this guy.
Yeah, they always want to gun down, man. Nah, stop that.
Yeah, right. But
obviously that is something in him.
Facts are the facts. You know what I mean? Numbers don't lie, and that is very, very poor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, thank you, Thomas New, for the £5. You want to read that, Spence?
Yep. A similarity between Lennox and Fury is the incredible calm and relaxed vibe pre-fight. Lewis, best ever British heavyweight, and Fury goes second. And I agree with it. I remember like Lennox would be playing chess in the background in the changing rooms, playing chess, or got his hands full.
Sorry, Spence. The hot girl's brother come back and block his ass. The 18's hot girl thing try to come back up.
You know why they come? You know why they come on the team? You know why they come?
God.
Because they call that sugar over the hill, man. You know what I mean? Because he's always on them little hot bot things.
Best cams fun, hot girls and boys. Pluck up your ass. What you doing here, man? Get out of here, man. Man, hot girls and boys. Nasty. Bro, get out of here, man. Come in this thing here. Coco, what's these people going on with about hot boys and girls? Come on, man. Oh, bro, you see what I'm saying? I can't even laugh from it. My throat is mash up. My throat is mash up. Bro. Every show you try to come on this thing here. Every show I have to block you all the time about hot girls plus 18, hot girls and boys. Sorry, I shouldn't keep on saying it. I find it so. Everybody's got to eat, Spence, man. Everybody's got to eat. Everybody's got to eat. Tunde, Rob, Blood Clot Fury. Rob, Blood Clot Fury, where you been, man?
You've been on it for earlier, man.
Oh, yeah, but I haven't seen Blood Clot Fury for a hot minute. Big up Blood Clot Fury.
In my romance science, we were supporting everything yesterday.
Oh, come on. You know.
I think Tunde FaceTime was eating bare caviar and drinking champagne ringside. I said, look at this little bubble.
Come on. Nah, Spence, we've gone over the 2-hour mark.
Yeah,
it has been such a fantastic show, a great debate. And as I say, man said Tunde's laughing because he's been on the websites. Oh, tight. I ain't saying nothing. Nothing to do with me, man. Nothing to do with me. It's been a great, interesting conversation. But when all said and done, you know, again, I always like to, you know, make it very, very clear. Boxing is a very serious sport. Oh my God, I have to talk about this young kid from Liverpool, Nick Bull, against Isaac Lowe.
Listen to me.
Bull is an animal. And if we don't know about him yet, you're going to know about this youth. Because even Ant's like, bruv, this youth's too relaxed. Before the fight, he was just on the ropes. Bruv, some mafia business. But he is a Mike Tyson. He's like a Mike Ty. I'm not even calling Mike Tyson. Mike Ty. The kid can fight, Spence. This boy's a savage. Left hooks, right hooks. Oh, what a fighter. I'm looking forward to that kid's career. Huh?
That kid's got hands. Ben Oldham says, I'm not for men staying in boxing, especially when they have made a few quid. I love boxing, but my love doesn't outweigh people's health. Dillian, it's enough. I hope he's not fighting to support hangers on. He strikes me as somebody who has a big heart. Yeah, but Dillian ain't into that hangers on business. I'll tell you that now for now.
Let me say that again. Ben Oldham, thank you for the £50. I'm giving you a round of applause. I'm giving you the football. He says, I'm not for men staying in boxing, especially when they have made a few quid. I love boxing, but my love doesn't outweigh people's health. As I said, Dillian, it's enough. Dillian, it's enough. Please hear that. I hope he's not fighting to support hangers on. He strikes me as someone who has a big heart. And absolutely, I totally agree with you. You can see Dillian's got a big heart.
He certainly has.
You can see it. You can hear it. And this is what I'm saying. We don't want to see man get hurt. Long-term damage. He's been hurt on a few occasions, but we don't want to see the long-term damage, especially when you have children. You know, you want to be able to spend time with them. You know, when you've given so much, sacrifice your time, you know, to make a better life for those that are coming after you, who are your blood, then, you know, you want to enjoy some of that time with them as well. So just cool. Yeah, but big up. Thank you for that £50, Ben Oldham. And yeah, it's been a great show to the point where there's still almost 400 people tuned in live. And let's hope Dills is watching. Let's hope Tyson Furys is watching. And I say again, hats off to both of you men. You gave the fans what they want, whatever way you look at it. You know, Nebraska, he said, thank you for the £2 donation. He says, why did White leave Tibbs? I don't know. Not really my business. Not really. We don't really need to hear that right now. Right now, I don't know. Do you know Spence? The man donated £2. But I don't know. Yeah, why did he leave Tibbs?
Nebraska, thank you very much for the £2.
That's it. That's it. Yeah. No, that's their business. The fact is both man put it on the line last night. Some people saw what they wanted, others didn't. A lot of people felt let down. A lot of people are more proud of Dillian and what he represents and what he represented, and it is what it is. That's all she wrote. It's on to the next fight. That's how this thing goes. And that's why fighters always got to think about themselves and make the best decisions for themselves and their families, but always themselves first. And sometimes it's been said, it has always been said that fighters are the last person to see when it's time to go. And therefore, you have to have people around you that you love enough to listen to.
But you know what? Fighters are not the last. They're not the last to know. They're the last to admit that they ain't got it no more.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
And like I said, in Dillian's mind, I see a comment that he left on BT. I think it's on BT. He did it with, and he said that he thought he was doing all right in the fight, and that he don't think that he was overwhelmingly losing.
That's what I saw.
He thought it was in the fight. And when I go back and watch it, when I watch it again, I can see why he thinks that way. But like I said, empathy for human life is empathy for human life. And it's even more so when you know somebody. I just don't want to see nobody get hurt in this game. That's what I don't want to see. You know what I mean? It's nice romanticizing when people get knocked out and all the rest of it. We're jumping around. But bottom line, I don't want to see anybody hurt in this sport.
Odom, Big A, you're gone. You're blocked. Try to disrespect Spenny Rankin. Yeta. Go on, Spence.
Yeah, I just don't want to see no one get hurt in this game. Period.
Yeah, we don't. But thank you, Dillian. If you whatever decision you make, we'll respect it. I think myself and Spencer, I think we've made it clear what we think. Bro, you just have to say, but any man that comes talking nonsense on the Fight Is Right, you know, with the mans, them are backing us, and the women are backing us.
This is why we appreciate you lot so much. You don't even get this thing in. You know what I mean? Because me and Tunde have created our own niche where we're not begging no one else to go talk this thing. You know what I mean? We created our own thing, because what we realize is, like, you're getting a lot of these little young interviews who are coming through, yeah, who don't show respect.
No respect.
Don't show respect. And because they're walking around and interviewing people as well, they think they're higher than what they really are when they haven't paid their dues in this thing. Right? Straight standard. Big up for the love. What's that? Reese Turner, all the way from Canada. Bless her.
Thank you,
so,
sir.
like I'm saying, on certain things you got, you know what I mean? Like, what did Jay Prince say? The big boy Jay Prince, when he came on our show too. And Jay Prince said, yeah, I mean, you got to give respect to get respect.
Yes,
simple.
sir.
A lot of men they're not going to give respect. And just because you can get some couple views on your YouTube channel or whatever, not you're working on a major TV network, you still got to show respect. You know what I mean? Enough of these youths now, we're living in a culture where the culture is to be uncultured. No respect in this thing. And like I'm saying, on these little idiots who want to jump on here with their fake profiles, but most of the people on here, they ain't got fake profiles, and we know you guys, and we love you guys, because we appreciate you guys. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because all we're doing is talking the thing. And these are the conversations that we have every day on the phone. We talk like this every day on the phone. It's just that now you don't happen to, because me and Tony argue every day. I tell Tony to shout regular, Tony to shut your mouth. This is everyday thing. But now you don't yeah, people don't even get that. You know what I mean? But sometimes I draw for the ammo. You know what I mean? And get other people to back me up. But yeah, it is what it is. Love this sport.
Ben Oldham is saying, can we finish the show with a little bit of humor from Audley Harrison? He's saying, cool Audley.
You know what? I would call him. All right, I'm going to call him. If I get him, I get him. I don't know. Because my battery's on.
It would be good to catch Audley, you know, for real.
Let me see if I get him.
Southwest Boxing says Tyson had it right. Too many people can say what they want and not get punched in the face for it. It's facts.
I'm telling you. Especially in this era now as well.
Two great fights next week. Shakur Stevenson's versus Oscar Valdez. And we also have...
call Audley and he's gone to his answer machine. So he must be doing...
and we also...
I'll arrange it for Audley because like Audley was going to come on yesterday, but it was saying like, where is he ain't going to get the fight live. So yeah.
Yeah, and we have... I'm saying we have Shakur versus Valdez next week, and we also... Sorry, let me say that. Shakur Stevenson's versus Oscar Valdez next week. And we also have Katie Taylor versus Serrano. That is going to be a fight. Because that Serrano girl can swing.
You know what I mean? Yeah, so that's on the 30th, fella. My man's fighting on the 30th. So I'm definitely, that's next week Saturday. Definitely watching that.
All the runnings, I did say your snooper chat. I did say it. I did. Maybe you weren't listening, mate. I definitely remember calling all the runnies super chat. I'm searching through again, but I know I called your name, all the runnies.
All right, all the runnies. Just write your question now quickly. We'll answer it because I don't want you to think that we would ever disrespect you.
Yeah. I'm even looking for it, but if you're there, just say it again, all the runnies. But I know I called your name, all the runnies. £50 from Old.
I mean, I wouldn't want to see White Cesaro free, but you know what? Funnier things will happen. They'll make that fight happen. You know? I mean, because
I don't know if
Eddie will do.
Oh, wait there. All the runnies. I didn't say this. Big up all the runnies. Thank you for the 449. He said, thanks. Dylan ain't done. Needs Tibbs back. They say you jab them all, but never hook with hookers. White double jabbed and catch hooks were underused weapons.
Yeah, they were.
Again, Spence. Tyson Fury was the body snatcher last night.
Bro.
Tyson Fury was the body snatcher.
They said he licked Dillian Whyte with a body shot. And he said that hurt you, and Dillian was like, yeah. You know what I mean?
See? Bro, there's no game plan for Tyson Fury. It's not going to work. I'm telling you. But thank you, all the runnies. Sorry, I did miss that. It must have been an earlier one that I read out, or maybe a comment I read out of it. But suffice to say, yeah, the second one. Suffice to say, thank you all for joining us. It has been an absolute pleasure. Again, we're so, what's the word? Proud and privileged and happy and honored that you would take your Sunday night. Everyone's getting ready for a new week, and just tune in and listen to just honest and truthful conversation. Sometimes a bit of argument for me and Spencer, because you know that's the best part. But all in all, it's been a great show. And thank you all for your donations. Those who donated, Gary, Ben Oldham, all the runnies, Miss Ringside, the Southwest Boxing. Yeah, bruv, it's just, this thing is serious. And we're going to keep going. We're going to keep putting out the content for you regularly because it's something that we love doing. And I hope it puts a smile on you lot's face and also gives you food for thought. Until next week, I feel that we will be doing big up Mayor Brixton. Come on. Come on, all day. I feel we'll be doing a watch along for the Shakur Stevenson fights. We need to find out what's that gonna be on. And I'm sure we'll
fight app.
Okay, and obviously Taylor Serrano will be on the Zone. So we got that as well. So yeah, big up UE. He said, Tunde, your prediction was spot on. I knew it, bro. I knew it, bro. But you know, being a patriot and patriotic to my man Dillian, we had to put it out there. That's what when you're with man, you back them, even if there's doubt in your mind, you're still backing them. And we knew Dillian, I said it, you know, yeah, he was up against a great fighter in Tyson Fury, someone who's done it all. And it was always going to be an uphill mountain to climb. But he, you know, he was in there. He was in there. So yeah, big up Country Done, Rams 1154, Blood Clot Fury, Roadman Science, each and every one of you. It has been a great night. I've been RN10NN, Late Show, Sammy Ali. We're there. Tony, Sugar Ray. There's only one way to finish the show. We end as we started by saying, dream it, believe it, become it.
Come on down. See you guys in a week. Might have to jump on and do some little more on this thing, you know, God. You know what I mean? See you in a week anyway. Thank you so much for spending your Sunday evening and night time with us. See you in a week. Take care. God bless and peace. Two fingers.
Peace out. Peace out.